Greetings, Low Country golf enthusiasts, and welcome to Golf Weekly. I'm your host, Daniel Cort, joined by Chris Tremblay.
Nice to be here, Daniel. Thank you.
It's good to see you, Baldy.
Thank you.
And Lance Hanlin, welcome back from the Golfer's Guide.
Thanks for having me back again, guys.
Nice to have you, Lance.
It's always a pleasure.
Lance, we're going to be talking in a few minutes about what's going on in Lance's publication. But before we get to that, we like to do a little segment we call Week in Review. Let's start, however, before we get on the national level, let's start with your young man, Ewan Ferguson. We've been talking a lot about in recent weeks.
Ewan, we had him on a few weeks ago, and Ewan, this past weekend, he won the Hurricane Junior Golf Tour Championship, their year-end finale. He was named Player of the Year on Friday night and then went out and won the tournament this weekend with a 4-under par score. So the Junior Players Golf Academy is very proud to have him part of our team, and we'd like to congratulate him on that. And Izzy Cavito, one of our gals, was also honored as the Ladies Player of the Year. So we were very fortunate to have a 1-2 punch there for the year, and hopefully we'll be able to keep the good stuff going on.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And again, I think you guys deserve a lot of credit for prepping those boys and girls.
Well, we have a good team of coaches, and I'd like to think we're doing not only for them what they need to do to get better, but our other students, we've also had some marked improvement by them this semester, so we look to continue it next semester.
Well, they're brimming with confidence, that's for sure.
We like to think of it that way.
Love to see that. Again, the national golf scene is a little bit funny right now. It's funny season.
Silly season.
It's silly season. It is. And
we had the Shark Shootout.
Yeah, I wish they'd bring the skins game back. But now you got 3-Tour Challenge. The Shark Shootout, to me, is losing a little bit of its luster. Nonetheless, they did play it.
They did play.
An old-timer kind of snuck in there and showed the young boys.
Kenny Perry off of the Champions Tour, and he still plays some regular tour events. Kenny Perry and Sean O'Hare were the winners this weekend. They had 3 days of play. First day was an alternate shot format, second day was a better ball format, and the third day was a scramble. Sean O'Hare and Kenny Perry were the victors at 31 under. They won by 1 stroke over Charles Howell III and Rory Sabatini. Coming in third, Jason Duffner and VJ Schwing. And tied for 4th place, there were 3 teams. There was Jerry Kelly, Steve Stricker, Stuart Sink, Carl Peterson, our current Heritage champion, and Davis Love III and Brant Snedeker are the FedEx champions. So they had a lot of celebrities there.
A lot of good players.
And I actually watched a little bit of it this weekend, and it was fun to watch. It's fun to watch them play the different formats. And also in the world of golf this weekend at the Australian Open Down Under, Peter Sr. at the age of 53 won the Australian Open, and he's actually been playing very well. For those who have been following the Champions Tour this year, he's been playing very well out there. So, kind of a surprise, yes, kind of a surprise, no, but it was kind of neat to see somebody age 53 win the Australian Open and beat all the young guys out there, There's hope for us, Daniel.
Well, speak for yourself, buddy. We're not even going to get into that. There's hope for you.
Yes, that's true. Now, other big news we have going on this coming Thursday.
Ryder Cup, right?
We have Ryder Cup announcement as to who is going to be the next American Ryder Cup captain. And you know who has gotten himself into the mix here all of a sudden. What name has come up?
Do you know?
Tom Watson.
Tom Watson.
Yeah. Tom Watson's name has come into the equation.
Like a post-tournament interview that I think someone asked him, would you consider captaining the Ryder Cup team, were you asked? And he emphatically said, absolutely.
Well, he was the last one to captain a winning American team on foreign soil. I was fortunate enough to be there in 1993 at the Belfry, and I can still remember because Raymond Floyd at the age of 51 was picked for the team, and he was like the horse the whole week. He was absolutely spectacular. The last day beating Jose Marie in singles and teaming with Payne Stewart for 2 victories on Saturday. So the front runner, like we've talked about, might still be David Toms, but he's thrown his name in there, and Larry Nelson's name has reemerged. He's always kind of been
to be the sentimental favorite.
Well, the one that was just kind of, he has 2 PGA victories. The one that was kind of always passed over, and I don't think his name's going to be quite as prominent in that conversation as Tom Watson's, but. Well,
Watson
he's definitely
being in the mix
coming
now
again.
just makes it a little more
Well,
salty.
it should be interesting to see, what happens. So, Thursday we'll see.
We'll
and the last bit of news I have is for all our drink enthusiasts out there that are watching. You'll be very, very happy to know. Not only happy, I think you'll be thrilled to know that John Daly has come out with a line of drinks. It's called the Grip It and Sip It line of drinks. The flavors are sweet tea lemonade, peach tea lemonade, and raspberry tea lemonade, and they all come, fortunately,
with a
shot of rum, with a little
alcohol.
shot of vodka in
What
there.
a
So
what a
for those
shot.
that feel the need to grip it and sip it, your needs have been satisfied. You should be very excited about that.
That's a topic I want to move off real
Yeah,
quick.
okay, so enough grip
Thanks
it
for,
and sip it.
thanks for ruining this
Yes.
segment with that. But anyway, let's get on to the golfers, guy.
All right.
You got a current issue out.
Yes.
A few highlights here. I know that Mr. Palmer came. They did a restored version of Spring Island.
Right.
Tabby links. And Mr. Palmer actually showed up to give his blessing to that.
He did. The idea was to
is,
take it back to the original design. You know, going back to its roots. You know, I think it was a $4.5 million renovation that started in March, and it culminated with the king himself coming, looking everything over and giving it his thumbs up, sign of approval. It's a great place. Those that have had
It
the
already was
opportunity.
good.
That's the thing, and he said that. He was like, it already was good, this just makes it even better.
Absolutely. Well, and I understand you got to be one of the few fortunates to sit in an interview with him. What was that like?
It's just surreal.
He's got that presence, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I've had the opportunity to meet, some high-end people like that, and there's just a certain way they carry themselves. He sat down, and everybody was just focused on every movement, everything that he said.
Well, he's the king.
He is the king.
When the
Yeah,
king's
hail
in
to the
town, you're
king.
supposed to be,
That's right. Roll out the
enthralled
red
with what he
carpet.
does.
I thought an interesting thing was the first thing somebody asked him, they said, well, when you want an Arnold Palmer, do you say, I'll take a me? He said that's exactly what he does.
Yeah, well,
It's like,
ESPN has a commercial.
I love that
That's one
commercial.
of the best commercials. Is he orders a me? Yeah. you know you're a pretty big deal when you can order yourself.
Well, John Daly should not be ordering himself.
No, he shouldn't. That would be a travesty.
No
beyond
grip it and sip
all
it for him.
travesties. Yeah.
But he also tackled the current day issues, with the belly putter, and he was against it, like a lot of
Traditionalists are. Yeah.
And his point was the best players will find a way, even the ones that got there. I forget which example he used. There was an example of where somebody was Sam Snead, I think it was, at one point had putted between his legs.
He putted it croquet style originally. He had the putter right between his legs,
Right.
and his legs straddled the line, and that's when they made it so both feet had to be on one side of the line,
Right.
going
That's a
through
great
to the
example,
hole.
though. The
Yeah.
best players finding a way. That's a good point.
Yeah, and he was like, if you're good enough, you'll figure a way around it. And he also went on to talk about the future of golf course architecture, and he was saying people are going to start, because everybody follows the same trends. Like in the 90s, they were so long, and everybody copied that. He's like, everybody's going to be getting back to the shorter courses.
Yeah.
And
Good.
he sees that for the future.
Interesting. That's some of what's in this month's issue. You've got an exciting January issue coming up. Talk about some of the highlights in that.
Well, the big thing there is going to be the Heritage. They had Heritage Sponsor Day here a couple weeks ago and announced some new changes to the tournament. One is going to, probably the biggest thing that spectators will notice is if people that have been going to the Heritage year after year there on 17 and 18 was the big CBS Sports compound.
Right. Nobody got near that.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, it was just a big area there. Anyway, they're cleaning that out and they're going to make it a spectator area, an interactive spectator area. They're going to have the tournament's first Jumbotron there.
Wow.
Nice.
Big Grey Goose Lounge, just a place for people to go hang out because, it is one of the biggest parties on the PGA Tour.
It is.
But it really lacked, a spot where you could go.
A gathering spot,
a
hub, yeah, like they do at Wimbledon, the Hinman's Hill with the Jumbotron for everybody to congregate and watch the action when they don't necessarily have to be all over the golf course.
Exactly.
In one spot.
So I think it'll be a well-received
No question.
change, and it'll be the first Jumbotron the Heritage has had. So that was one of the things they talked about. Another thing is that the field of golfers is going to increase this year. It was 132 golfers. It's going to be 144 this year. And that's going to result in about an extra hour of play, tournament director Steve Wilmot said, on the first two rounds of the tournament, which are going to be Thursday and Friday.
Awesome.
So,
Great.
which we won't complain about
The more the merrier.
Well, guys, Lance, that's all the time we got, but thanks for coming in.
Yeah, no
Good
problem.
to see you again.
It's always good.
Always nice seeing you.
Go out, and if you don't receive Hilton Head Monthly, go out and pick up one of these. Lance's information is in there. All the Golfer's Guide info is in there. And that's all the time we got for this segment.
All right.
When we come back, we're going to be joined by Mike Harmon, a South Carolina Golf Hall of Fame inductee, and many other awards to talk to Mike about. Stay with us.